Okay, everybody. First of all, hi and welcome to part 3 of our Nintendo Switch and Treehouse Live presentations impressions, where we're going to talk about just the games and accessories now, their prices and all, just the prices of the accessories. Anyway, here we go. Starting off with FIFA. As you can see here, there's really not much other than FIFA's HD graphics and a few players here. And he's kicking a soccer ball trying to kick a soccer ball into the goalie here. Into the goal here, then the goalie's blocking it. And it was blocked there, so that's pretty much all there. Okay, next, I'm going to try and show some footage of Deidre 5 here, so let me find that. So here we go. I'm going to go find some Deidre footage here. Okay, here we go. Even though it's going to be from NIS America, here we go. As you can see here, it's telling us that we can enjoy 100 plus hours of gameplay at home or on the go. As you can see here, this looks almost like a RPG to me, but I'm not really a big Deidre fan, so I don't know much about this game. But anyway, here we go to the next video. As you can see here, there's two characters here called Sith Lord. One of them is Sith Lord Skyfist here. And as you can see here, it says it's coming spring 2017, with the website for more screenshots and info on it. Okay, now I'm going to go on to something else. Next up on our list is going to be Fast RMX5, or Fast RMX here. So now I'm going to go find that footage.
Welcome to my garden, my orchard. I am your instructor, Anderson. Would any of you like to share with us why you're here?
Okay, here we go with that. Now you can see I'm letting IGN show you how they're playing it because I didn't go to the event, but as you can see here, it just reminds me a little bit of your typical F-Zeros and games like that so far. I'm not seeing any items other than those little pellets and then the speed boost things here. But as you can see here, this reminds me more of F-Zero than anything. Even though it does look kind of interesting, this is one of those games I'm going to wait and see more of before I decide if I'm going to move it up on my list of games that I might or might not want. But for now, it's on the bottom. And if I didn't say anything before, we all know that unless you enjoy soccer very much, and you know, like me, you're not gonna want FIFA either. But anyway, back to Fast RMX. Anyway, as you can see here, it's still just showing a full race here, and they're on lap 2. And really, there's really not much else to show. So now we'll go on to the next thing on our list. Of course, which is just dance. Even though I might be showing an old trailer of Just Dance, I'm going to go ahead and find that. Okay, as you can see here, there's 2 people there showing off Just Dance. If you played Just Dance before, you know more about what Just Dance is going to be like for you than I would. I am going to say that you're not a Just Dance fan. That this game looks like it should be okay if I was a dancing fan. So far, it's just dancing and hopping on one foot, swaying her hands up and down, and stuff like that. But my internal impressions of this game are probably not something that I'd be interested in, but if you like Just Dance, you can go ahead and it's up to you whether you want to do it again. I'm not going to judge you on that. Anyway, now I'm going to go on to something else on our list. I'm sorry if I'm looking at my live dashboard over here to see what's next on our list, but it's easier for me this way. Next on our list is going to be Skylanders Imaginators from Activision. So now I'm going to go ahead and look for some footage of that. Okay, I'm just going to show off some more IGN footage here. And as you can see here, this is a new version of Skylanders here, from what I can tell. And if you're a Skylanders fan, this will be something that you like. Right now, it just seems like another Skylanders game. More of the same from Skylanders to me. But if I get comments saying that I should try it more, from more than one person, I might try it later down the line. But right now, it just seems like something that I wouldn't be interested in. I mean, the graphics and everything do look okay, but I'm not into this graphics when it comes to games. I want good gameplay and everything too. I'm gonna wait and see if I see this person fight another character here or not. Okay, now we're into some fighting here. so far, this just reminds me of just about any other action game here. And I'm gonna just see what the end of this battle looks like here too, before we go on to NBA 2K18. But even if you just got into Skylanders before with the Bowser and Donkey Kong thing, you might or you might not like this one. Okay, next I'm going to go into some NBA 2K18 footage. If I can find some, that is.
What's up, everyone? It's Tech Trooper 60.
First comes the blessing of all that you've dreamed, but then comes the curses of diamonds and rings. Only at first did it have its appeal, but now you can tell the false from the real. Can you trust? Can you trust? Everything you touch turns to gold, gold, gold. Everything you touch turns to gold.
As you can see here, there's not much.
Everything you touch turns to gold.
If you like basketball games, then you'll definitely want these NBA 2K games. Put that back in the jar, make sure it got dry again. No, it's still wet, I think. Anyway, as we can tell here, this just looks like another basketball game to me. Even though this is sort of old footage. Anyway, now I'm going to see if I can find some more up-to-date footage of this game a little bit. I bet I know where we can see some at. Hang on. Okay, going back to the software lineup here a little bit too. Hang on. Hang on just a sec. Okay. As you can pretty much tell, NBA 2K18 is going to be the same thing as NBA 2K17. So now let's look for some steep footage.
It's that moment where I've committed to leaving, but I haven't left the earth yet.
As you
Nothing
can see
do but
here,
charge forward.
What I love the most in the mountains is that I can do anything
if
I
you
want.
enjoy
It's pure
skiing
freedom.
and snow and stuff right here,
You know, there's always a bit of fear. If you don't have a little fear, you know, then you're a little crazy, I think.
this is pretty much what steep is.
Nothing else matters up here. All the chaos is just gone. No one else around.
The moment my feet leave the earth, everything else
I mean,
disappears.
the graphics and everything look good and everything, but
It's pure adrenaline.
if you enjoy
what
skiing
I
games,
live
if you enjoy skiing games, this game will definitely be for you. Anyway, stunts, sharing crashes, challenges, you know, as you can see all that. It's says coming this winter. And next up on our list is Rime.
One of us now.
This right here is so reminiscent to me of when they found Lincoln on beach. But anyway, this is the star of Rime. And so far, these look like 2.5D graphics. And you can tell he's looking around. Like a fox is following this. Let's see here. This looks almost like Atlantica here. They're drawing some kind of ball around here. Now this might go a little bit higher up on my list later, but we'll see. He lost his cape. Well, that's pretty much the end of it right now.
RPG に夢中だった。名作たちが与えてくれた感動は今なお色あせることはない。取り戻そう、僕たちの RPG。
If you like role-playing games, you
ピュアファン
might
タ
like
ジ
this
ー、
game.
トゥルー RPG。
This definitely looks like an RPG scrolling game at most. And these graphics do look like they're 2D. So if you like 2D games, this will definitely be for people that like these type of games. Anyway, next let's move on to Puyo Puyo Tetris from Sega. As you can see here, if you enjoyed Tetris from the past, this is pretty much combining Tetris and Puyo Puyo together. As you can see here. This does look like it'd be fun if you enjoy these type of games. I've played these games before.
It's on! Puyo Puyo Tetris!
And as it says there, it's coming soon for the Nintendo Switch. And as you can tell down here on the bottom right here, it says official Tetris product. It means Tetris is allowing it. Let's see here. Next on the list is skip Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Xenoverse 2 here, so hang on. Let's find a trailer for that. Okay, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Okay, right here. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go back a little bit here. Okay, as you can see here, there we go. As you can see here, it just looks to me like another Dragon Ball Z game. So if you're into Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, you'll definitely like this game. But for me, I don't see much that I like in it because I'm not that big of a Dragon Ball Z fan. But next on our list is now I'm getting into the games that I'm be more excited about. Let's start off with Snipperclips Cut It Out Together. And again, here's some more IGN footage.
So I have never,
because Nintendo don't have any up on theirs.
And
it's a puzzle game, so that seems fitting.
It is. I know. I'm really excited. So this game requires no short amount of communication skills to explain to your partner what you intend to do and what they intend to do, as you guys are going to see. And I will stop blathering and we will just get in here.
So at its core, this is a puzzle game. There are tons of different ways to solve each puzzle, and it's also just
Okay, now let's skip all the details I showed earlier and go to the actual game.
Kept it intentionally secret from him so we get to see how. Good luck.
Okay.
I know, this will be interesting.
So what I'm mentioning is we're doing this. Right now we're playing 2-player, but this game is
Okay, as you can see here, they're getting ready to
we're just showing you one of the kinds of experiences.
cut each other out here to match that shape right there.
Yeah, coming.
Which will be kind of interesting if you like that.
Yes.
If you like that style of gameplay.
Okay. This is where the communication is super important. Yes.
And then you do the same to me, right?
Nice.
Hold on, I gotta do.
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we just gotta
Wait, hang on. Like there? There?
We'll think about
Hang on.
rotation.
Wait, yeah, you should rotate.
Hold up.
Okay.
Wait, so you're gonna go there, I'm gonna be over here. So you can cut my bottom half.
Yes. Okay. Wait, no, come back. Come back.
Wait, okay.
No, hang on, yeah.
Well, I'm so confused. Oh, I
There you
see.
go.
No!
Yes.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there you go. Now we're fitting into the shape.
Now you just gotta.
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see, they got it there. So as you can see there, that's pretty much
Yes.
these graphics and everything are kind of good, and
As much fun as that is, we're gonna continue.
this would be a good game to play together if you have somebody that wants to play it with you.
So let's see.
So what's going on here? Yeah, I'm not even gonna say anything.
Wow, that's a little.
Okay, so wait, no. Jump on top of me, rotate so that
No, I just sliced it.
and turn me into a scoop. Down. You got this. Alright, so copying is too.
It looks very peaceful. It's like a relaxing massage for their back.
Okay, as you can see there, they're
Alright, so now I need you to
trying to make a way to get the basketball here.
So, do you have to like push it into my head?
Yeah, actually the way.
You have to kind of pop it up a little.
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
I believe it. Yeah, pop it up.
Oh, a little tricky.
I got this.
If
Come on!
this is a meeting with success,
But if
you
you-
can put me in your scoop and then we can try it.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
But if you like this kind of gameplay, or like this, then you will definitely want this game, because
I'm gonna cut you up though.
this might be something that I'm going to want too.
So much character violence.
This is going to be a little bit
I
higher up on my list.
Are you good? Is that Scoopy enough?
That's pretty scoopy. Alright.
So it's cool that you see like a couple of different approaches that you guys have tried to get this
Yeah.
started. Each one
Yeah, but anyway,
possibilities.
I feel like.
I think it's enough of this
Oh.
trying to get the basketball thing in here. Let's move on to another part of this video.
I got this. Oh, yeah.
I believe it.
Good time. You don't want to spoil the ending.
Yeah.
Hold up.
I need a special shape.
Yeah, let me. How do I?
Okay, now this right here is pretty much,
You have to cut me up and then I head.
Yes.
as you can see here, it's just
Oh my god. Oh.
Also, so
trying to get that pencil there so we can sharpen it.
you might need to actually
Okay, so if I hit the.
So now let's get to where we can sharpen. Okay, as you can see here, they're getting ready to sharpen the pencil. And it says great teamwork up here at the top.
I'm so happy. Okay.
I think we
See, we can do it, you guys. You just believe us. Believe in us.
Man, this. I love this.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
all piggy balloon.
There you go.
Oh,
What's
my.
happening?
And then as you can see here, all I really had to do here is pop the balloon. So now I'm going to go on to something else now.
Do you want to grab?
Next up on our list, but I will say that
Can we cut the balloon?
this might be a game on my to-get list.
You might need to be a little pointier if you want to pop something.
Okay.
It is a little bit higher up on my to-get list, as I should say. But anyway, on to the next thing.
The bidding is now officially closed. I want to thank you all for coming tonight. Now, before we read the tally, I have a little announcement to make. There is rusted out 1969 Oldsmobile parked out front. Would you please move your car? You're not blocking anything. You're just a demonstration of school.
Okay, next, here's some Xenoblade Chronicles 2 footage.
Thank you.
俺は君のために楽園に行く。
If you like the original Xenoblade Chronicles game, you'll definitely like this.
お前に閉じ込められてたまるか。
Just look at those graphics, everybody. Those high definition graphics would definitely, they'll possibly stand out on the Nintendo Switch this time too. As you can see here, it looks like they're in the sky. As you see here, he looks like he's in some kind of town here. And he's running through town here. She's just standing by a tree here. As you can see, it just looks like he's looking up at the sky right now. And that dragon-looking thing right there reminds me of the dragon from Skyward Sword a little bit. From the Sky Dragon. Thunderbird Dragon, I should say. As you can see, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 popping up there. And it says Nintendo. And I'm not ready for Sonic yet. So I'm gonna skip that. And next up on our list is I'm going to try and find some Has Been Heroes 2 footage now from GameTrust. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Down here later. I can't do it right now.
What's up, everyone? It's JC again, back here on Nintendo Treehouse Live with Nintendo Switch. With me, I actually have a couple really awesome friends. This is Nobi, and this is Matt, and that's Kendra.
Okay, let's get on to some.
These guys are from GameTrust.
Has Been Heroes 2 footage here.
King calls them out for the last epic fan that one.
Gotcha.
You have the ability to do melee attacks.
Okay, as you can see, Has Been Heroes.
Throughout the game, being that
Has Been Heroes here.
You're collecting a bunch of stuff.
Reminds me of an RPG here.
Against all the enemies that you're attacking, but the enemies are becoming.
So an old-time Heroes RPG where characters are coming out, trying to come out of
items here that are just unbelievable. Like they have like little, like the puzzle cube. There you go, the puzzle cube which heals you faster for some reason.
Yeah, so can
But
you
if
tell
you
us
watch
a little bit about each of the characters?
my previous impressions video, you'll see where I talked about a lot of these characters earlier.
A fan of the heroes. She was waiting in the row because she heard that they might possibly go.
Anyway, next let's
the
move on to a little bit more footage here. It's something I didn't already talk about.
Changing what heroes you use and what spells you have won't matter anymore because the dude's made out of glass.
Okay, what I didn't talk about is getting ready to come up.
The strategy involved is literally at every
Not here.
point of this game. Okay, so you mentioned speedruns. I was just going to point out Maximize the number of attacks by hitting exactly the same number of stamina and then following.
Games that are just like.
Or you play with more opportunities to get.
I mean, it'll be easy at the beginning, right? But
Okay,
it's pretty fierce, man.
I'm going to talk about the one thing I didn't talk about before
They want
this.
to give you a challenge, but they understand that the learning curve is a little bit higher. So the first world is, I don't want to say easy.
Oh yeah, on Xenoblade Chronicles too, by the way, it might be, it's a little bit higher up on my possibly to get list. So it is one of those games I am most likely to get. Anyway, back to this now. As you can see here,
gives it to you slowly, and then afterwards, that's when it gets.
They're getting ready to open up one of these balls right here.
With more opportunities to get items, like a spell vendor here.
One of these ticket items right here.
A spell that will hopefully help in this mini boss that's coming up.
I love it.
As you can see here, it opens up, and as you can see there, they got.
That are just like.
See what the name of this card is. Hang on just a second. Okay, it says new spell.
You really feel rewarded for all the hard work that you've put in and all the strategizing. So
As you can see here, it didn't give the name out. It just says new spell.
It also uses like old school bosses that are like impossible to beat. You'll see it right now. You know?
Oh yes.
And then I've already showed the mini boss footage, so let's just get on to the end of it here.
Can we actually open up a menu and show people what that looks like? And
as you can see here, they're getting ready to open up the menu and show everybody what it looks like.
It shows you all the different spells.
Yes,
Those little question marks
Look at this.
are spells that we haven't ever
Are
discussed.
you guys looking? Look at all
That
those
looks like a
question marks.
typical menu
There's a lot
to
of
me.
All
question
things
marks.
that you can get.
Exactly. And those like
Just showing you all
solid
the
ones, those are the things
special
that are
unlockables that you can get.
So when you get to the spell vendor, you're only going to be able to get one of those. If you die a lot of times, more spells get added to that pot.
I see.
So you have a better chance of getting better spells.
So as you can see there, they're saying that you'll
you'll
be able to get more spells and stuff later on too.
Yeah, items as well. Items is a massive list as well.
This is a massive list of items, by the way, too. That's what they
About how they
said.
came up with these items. It's just like the most random thing, you know, like they were in the kitchen.
Now, down here in the bottom, if you've played Find Me and Find Me 2, this just reminds me of the Find Me's menu right here. Down here at the bottom where it's showing where you're currently at, and up here at the top, and then where you can go, and where you can either go down right here or straight over here to one of these question marks. But the point is, it just still reminds me of the Find Me 2 the Find Me menu right here. Okay, next, let's get on
Something
to.
happened, so then we thought about, let's make a fork. You know, like the fork will
Let's
give
get on with the
me-
game here and try and get to the end of this footage.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming
Thank you for
around.
having us.
As you can see there.
Definitely. And again, for you guys, don't stick around. Next we have, ready for this, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild with some special guests. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And Has Been Heroes 2, or Has Been Heroes, I should say, will be coming out as soon as I pop this up here. Hang on. Let's see here. Okay, Nintendo Switch system. Okay, on here on the list it says that Has Been Heroes 2 is slated for March. It don't necessarily have an exact release date yet. But anyway, next on our list is going to be Super Bomberman R, and then we'll get into ARMS. Then we'll get into some more ARMS footage after that too. But anyway, here we go. Super Bomberman R official Nintendo Switch trailer.
to restore peace in the universe. Now rise, the 8 brothers. The fate of the entire universe rests on your shoulders.
As you see here, if you enjoy Bomberman as I have, this will be one of your highest games that you'll want to get, even if it's not your first 1 through 3, and possibly your 4th game on your list, like it will be mine. As you can pretty much see here, this just goes back to the original Bomberman style too, as a throwback. Anyway, it says coming March 2017, retail and digital versions. So if you're interested in downloading it, that'll be up to you. But when I get this game, I'm getting the retail version of it. Okay, next on our list is ARMS. No, yeah, if I ain't said it before, I'm most likely games to get ain't in no specific order either, other than the ones I'm saying that they are. And yeah, we've already seen these two people before. As you can see here, showing off more of previous ARMS footage. Just looks more like an updated boxing game to me. But if you're into Punch Out, Super Punch Out, Punch Out for the Wii, and stuff like that, in boxing games for the Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, the animated Wii Sports for the Wii U, you'll definitely be interested in this. But as for ARMS, it's going to be about my 5th or 6th game on my to-get list, probably. And next on our list is going to be 1-2 Switch. As you see here, they're throwing back to the Western times here, gunslinging and all. Anyway, on with 1-2 Switch now. As you see here, they're
1-2 Switch.
Just showing off the people playing the Deluxe mini game for the 1-2 Switch game here. As you see, they're showing off game content. They're showing off a lot. And as you see here, 1-2 Switch is coming out the same day as the Nintendo Switch on March 3rd, 2017. this will be about the 8th or 9th game that I get, maybe 10th at the most. Okay, next on our list is I'm going to try and find some Elder Scrolls V Skyrim footage for the Nintendo Switch now too. So let's see here. Okay.
Hi, I'm Todd Howard here at Bethesda Game Studios, and we're excited to announce that yes, Skyrim is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, here we go. If you played Skyrim before,
we love to make games
this just reminds you of that with
and that you never want to put down.
Nintendo Switch graphics basically, and
well,
being able to play it on the Nintendo Switch
now
basically.
You can play Skyrim wherever you want and take it on your own adventures.
I know it might be missing a few details here, but I haven't played Skyrim as much as everybody else, as much as a lot of other people have. They'll be able to get more in depth with you on this here.
They've brought so much innovation and fun to
Skyrim's footage here.
They're doing it again. The Switch is both classically Nintendo, yet something all new. And we want to thank them for letting us be a part of it.
And that's pretty much all there is to this footage. Okay, now let's get into Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers here too. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's got some footage of that. I'm gonna double check first. Let's see here. And no, they don't. Okay. I'm going to show off IGN's version of this trailer here and talk about it a little along the way. Okay, first of all, as you can see, this is the 30th anniversary of Street Fighter here, as you can see from that logo right there. Okay, let's footage. It's more of the footage, I should say. As you can see here, remember that feeling. Okay, this right here, they're just talking about the old times with Street Fighter 2 back in the arcade. Okay, first of all, I would like to say hi, Kevin Garcia, and all those I forgot to mention. And as for my eyes, it's the only reason my eyes are like that is because I'm not So I'm not always watching the footage of not always watching the footage every single time, but doing all this other stuff too. Anyway, as you can see there, there's Ultra Street Fighter 2 with the Final Challengers logo, or tile screen. As you can see here, they're just showing off characters from Street Fighter 2. Like Blanca and all them. I'm into Street Fighter 2 just a little bit here. This will be about my 7th or 8th game that I'll get by the way too. Anyway, as you see there's basically almost 30 characters in this game. It says a classic is reborn.
Ultra Street Fighter 2!
Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. As you can see here, they're showing off something special there. Anyway, I'm going to say, not to worry about my eyes. It's just part of the surgery I had a long time ago. Anyway, back to the actual footage and stuff now. Okay, first of all, as you can see here, you got Ryu facing off against somebody else over here. Right? I'm not good with all these names, except for some of them that I know, like Casablanca and Ryu and stuff like that. Anyway, next. Also, High Games Time and Kevin Garcia. Okay, next, while I'm trying to type and talk to y'all at the same time here. Next up here, you can see saying play with HD or classic graphics here. As you can see, next, as you can see those landscapes, you can tell the difference between HD and classic here too. Okay, next. As you can see, you definitely see the difference between the HD and the classic graphics here too. And as you can see, in the Nintendo Switch dock right here, saying as you can see where you can play it on your TV or take it out. See right there is where it's shown on TV. 2 players using Joy-Cons here, or where it says, or you can fight with them. Or take the fight outside. With two Nintendo Switches and 4 Joy-Con controllers, as you can see here and here. But you can definitely tell the difference between the graphics, where it says the classic is reborn here, Ultra, then it's going to show Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. And this right here is showing what could possibly be story mode or something here. It says Capcom USA Incorporated, all rights reserved. As you can see here, it's showing the Nintendo Switch logo. Anyway, next up on our list of games to talk about is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't even have to look for gameplay footage of that because I know where there's some at over here in Nintendo's playlist. Now here's where I'm going to try and get in more in depth if I As you can see there, they're showing off battle mode balloon, the balloon battle here. As you can see there, let me go back just a little bit. Okay, as you can see here, Mario's got a green shell, and he threw it. Baby Bowser's got a bomb. They're throwing off nerve control shell there. Boo's throwing off bombs and bomb blast. And you can see Mario's got a feather going back to the classic Super Mario here, Super Mario Kart there. And Baby Bowser showing off the ghost, which actually returns this game too. Those are 2 returning items. As you can see, there's Inkling Girl. And next, as you can see here, as you can see back there was Inkling Boy. Let me go back a little bit. As you see there's Inkling Boy. And as you see here, he's getting ready to throw a red turtle shell at Baby Bowser, or Bowser Jr. I should say. Inkling Girl throwing off 3 turtle shells. As you see here, they're showing off races. As she's throwing off the whole banana peel. There's Mario and Yoshi. As you can see here is one of the Animal Crossing characters. I forgot her name, so don't get mad at me for that. I haven't played Animal Crossing in a while, but I have played there's Link. Everybody knows Link from Legend of Zelda, so no reason to show some introductions for him, or talk about some introductions for him. As you see there is as you can see here is the Rainbow Road. Okay, next, showing off the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe logo here, and it says Nintendo, of course, and we all know that it's coming out on April 28th, 2017. This will be one of the maybe sixth or seventh game that I get. Next up on our list is going to be Sonic Mania. Okay, now we're getting ready to show off Sonic Mania here. And as you can see from the first part right there, let me go back just a little bit. As you can see here, this reminds me of originally where Sonic ran through the logo here a long time ago on the Sega Genesis. And next, I'm going to move on past the logo, past the Sega logo now. As you can see here, they're saying starting off in 1991, showing the classic Sonic One Hedgehog challenge changed the world. And for 25 years, he collected countless rings. But now, as we move forward to discover what made Sonic a gaming icon, we're going back. Sega proudly presents, in association with Christian Whitehead, friend to pixels and polygons alike, headcanon, and this is looks like Pegata West Games. I'm not saying that correctly. This is where it begins. And as you can see here, Sean, classic 2D Sonic. As you can see, looks like he's got his pop belly back right there. Now I'm going to make sure the stream's still going, and good it is. Sorry about that, I just had to check real quick. Okay, anyway, moving on. Sorry about that. As you can see there, he was running. Let me go back just a little bit. As you can see here, he's running off and getting ready to show off the game footage now. And I'm pretty sure we've seen this already before, but let's just play it. As you see there, you can see while Sonic's running real fast, it's showing that he's showing the shadow there while he's running too. Moving on now. A new 2D adventure. As you can see here, he's going out a lot of popcorn machine there. Reimagined classics. As you see here, this is Green Hill Zone reimagined. There's Sonic. Big Zone. As you see here, let me go back just a little bit here. As you can see here, 3 times 7, 1 times 4. Okay, now get on the footage. 3 playable characters. Okay, let's go back just a little bit here. As you can see, Sonic. As you can see, Sonic in 2D drawing there. Tails, or Miles Tails Prowler, I should say. And of course, Knuckles. Let me go back just a little bit. And of course, you can see Knuckles the Echidna, my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog character, by the way. As it says, Sonic the Hedgehog, as you can see there, is Pop Belly. And of course, his classic black and white eyes right there. As you can see, Tails like he was back in the 2D day, back in the classic Genesis days as well, where it says Miles, and then you can barely see the tails here, and you can barely see the word Prowler there in the background too. Okay, next, moving on. As you can see, Knuckles here in his classic 2D look as well, where it says Knuckles the Echidna. All new, and it says all new drop dash. Let's get ready to watch that now. As you can see there, he just did it. Twice. The ultimate celebration. We saw this battle before, so no need to go in. And it says, and now it's showing off of past and future. And let's just go back to that title screen just a minute. And I'm going to... Okay, as you can see here, this is a good looking title screen. Kind of reminds me of the classic Sonic 1 through 3 right here. This is which is what they should have done a long time ago, by the way. Okay, anyway, moving on. Like I said before, this is probably going to be... This right here is probably going to be my second game to get right after Skyward Sword, or right after Breath of the Wild. If not my third game, depending upon if I get... Depending upon what I get first and second, we'll see. But this is one of my highest games on my list to get, but I'm definitely going to get the retail copy of this game. This is basically the Sonic game that I've been waiting for forever. I am kind of glad that it is coming to Nintendo Switch, and if you followed their channels like Alex or whatever his name is on YouTube, where he talked about working for IGN or whatever, that I told him that he forgot to talk about this game in his previous predictions, but I predicted this game was coming to the Nintendo Switch. Anyway, let's move on and see if there's anything else I missed. Oh yeah, this music is good too. But nope, I didn't miss anything. Okay, next, let's go back. next up on my list to talk about is going to be Super Mario Odyssey. And for that, I'm going to have to go up here at the top. As you can see here, they're showing off. There you see here, they're showing off what looks like New York City's Nintendo, but it says something different here. Instead of saying New York, it says New Dork City. As you can see, taxi cabs here. Taxi cab run over a man pipe, or a manhole, I should say. Sorry. And as you see, Mario coming out the manhole here. And as you can see here, before everybody wondered whether he was bald or not, no, Mario is not bald, otherwise his wig would have came up with the hat too. So Mario is not bald here. Anyway, on to more footage. As you can see here, he's getting ready to catch his cap. You see here, he's caught his cap, and you can see his hair here. And as you can see, he twirled his hat around there like a basketball. As you see here, he's getting ready to run. And he just crossed the street. Now he's jumped on the taxi cab. As you see here, he's just getting ready to swing on the light here, on the light pole. Now he's jumping walls. Now he's long jumping. And going up in some kind of airship. As you see here, he's getting off the airship and rolling down some kind of town here. These looks like Mexican people here. Some kind of Mexican characters here. Okay, now these purple things right here look kind of like a look like little star pieces. I don't know what they're called, but Nintendo will tell us what they are later, I guess. As you can see, that little airship thing he's been using looks like he might be continuing to use it throughout this game. More possible. Some kind of odd character plants here. He's running down the water, down the street. And as you can see right here, let me go back just a little bit. Okay, as you can see, there's some purple coins. Looks like purple coins are returning. Sorry about that, I'm getting a drink of water, my mouth is dry. Okay, next, as you can see, he's getting ready to dive in the water, and he did, and he's long jumping again. As you can see here, some kind of plant characters, and I don't know what that thing right there is, some kind of robot character, I guess. And you can see here, Mario's got maybe a onion or something, but this is definitely a throwback to Super Mario Brothers 2 or Super Mario Brothers USA if you're in Japan. Right here. Oh yeah, and as you can see there, the bunny, just like in Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Sunshine, if they were in that game. I haven't played it in a while, so I don't remember, but they were in Super Mario 64. So that's a throwback to that a little bit. Next, let me go back just a little bit. As you see here, is Hammerhead Brother. They're throwing hammers at Mario. And that's a new looking character right there too. As you see here, that's not a character, I should say, sorry. It looks like some kind of pot with water, purple water seeping out from under it. Mario and his little airship looking thing here, again. Mario standing on the light pole again, or standing on the light pole this time. In New York City. Mario shivering here in that, what looks like a Mexican city. And as you can see here, Mario's jumping the rope with two ladies, and some guy right here is watching him. Okay, next Mario's talking with these vegetable-like characters again. That's just what I'm going to call them, so I don't know what their names are until Nintendo gives it out. Mario dancing here. And Mario just jumped into what looks like a pot of soup. And now he's getting burned by it. And popping out of it. Mario swimming in water again with those purple coins over on the side. Okay, next. Now you see here, Mario looks like he's going into, looks like a Cap store in what looks like the Mexican city again. Mario's getting ready to jump on the beanstalk here. Go ahead. He's climbed up the beanstalk now. And there's Bowser in his fancy looking attire. Let me go back just a little bit. Now you see here Bowser's throwing his hat at Mario. And see Mario's turning around to look. And Peach is getting ready to say, Mario? Mario's throwing his cap here. Throwing his cap again. Okay, and he's getting ready to throw it again here. And jump on top of it. He's throwing it in here and jumping on it to stop it falling. As you see here, Mario's getting on what looks like some kind of a lion character. And this is probably going to be my second. This is probably going to be have to be my third or fourth game that I get. Maybe my second game. Anyway, moving on. As you can see, the PD Piranha here that he's getting ready to jump on. And I forgot what these characters are called, but I think they might be new too, though, so we'll see when Nintendo shows us more footage of what they might be called. As you can see here, Mario's getting ready to jump the beam here. He did. These are some kind of tank guys that Mario's trying to dodge their bullets. And as you can see here, it says Bowser and Peach. A space wedding where Bowser's trying to get married to Princess Peach yet again. As you can see there, it's Bowser in his what looks like his wedding tux. Princess Peach doesn't look like she's very happy there. As you can tell, Mario's cap is getting stepped on right there by Bowser, of course. This right here kind of reminds me of a Donkey Kong reference, a Donkey Kong Country reference a little bit. As you can see here, some evil-looking bunnies here, 3 evil-looking bunny guys and an evil-looking bunny woman there. And as you can see there, that looks like I don't know if that's Birdo or Birdo or whatever, but looks almost like an updated version of Birdo. Anyway, moving on. Mario's facing some kind of battle here against one of those bunny-looking characters. As you can see here, the wind is kind of strong for Mario. Mario's running away from something there. And Mario's having to face what looks like an electrical caterpillar or something here is what it looks like. And it gets the best of Mario. And Mario's landing from somewhere else now. Mario's throwing his cap and saying, and it's Super Mario Odyssey. Mario's catching his cap. And as you can see there, Mario's cap has become its own character here, according to what Nintendo wants to do. And as you can see here, that Mario's cap has got red eyes, while Mario's got blue eyes here. Okay, and now moving on. Yeah. And saying Super Mario Odyssey again, and showing Mario's cap with eyes. So it looks like Mario's cap is being thrown here. And the world and the Earth here is showing for the Super Mario Odyssey part of it. And then, of course, the usual Nintendo logo. Okay, next. And of course, last but not least, before I get on with showing the Nintendo's accessories for the Nintendo Switch, I'm going to go ahead and show off the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And of course, here we go. I'm going to do this a little at a time. And as you can see here, the ocean. And of course, we've all known that this has been talked to death, but as you can see here, the palm trees over here on the far left, and then right here. I don't know if that's a cave or what right there, but that might be Zoro's domain too. We'll see when we get the game. Then over here, on the far right, the very, very far right where I'm pointing, looks almost like, let me make this a little bit bigger, looks almost like another shrine right here. And then it looks like Link's Wrath can be used to get up there to some land right there, and then some kind of volcano over here. Okay, next I'm going to move on. Here we go, next part. I'm going to see if it gets any closer up. Let's see here. Yeah, as you can see here, Sora looks almost like Zora's domain right here, maybe. But we'll see. And then over here, you can see what looks to be a volcano a little bit better. And yeah, as you can see right here, that looks like a shrine. Yeah, it looks like a shrine. Then it looks like where Link can walk up the little ice, looks like a icy road right here. Okay, next, moving on. And as you can see here, you got, looks like some seagulls here. And maybe one little bush right there. And maybe a better look at Zora's domain, maybe. The Zora's domain entrance, maybe. Moving on. Okay, as you can see here, Nintendo's talked about once before that in this game, to possibly look inside waterfalls here, as you can see, there's like possibly 1, 2, 3, 4 waterfalls here, and Nintendo said look in or around them, or try to look in or around the waterfalls, like in the original Legend of Zelda game here, to see that there might be treasure chests or some kind of other items that you might be able to get. You might be able to find more rupees around the game too. We never know yet until we're able to get our hands on the game. Anyway, moving on. As you can see here, some kind of building structure here, and then of course more looking palm trees, and some kind of what looks like might be a character in sand here, or an enemy in sand. And then over here, it looks like you got the Stonehenge a little bit from Nintendo's point of view in the Legend of Zelda looking Stonehenge. And then looks like you got a tower here in the, and it looks like you got a resurrection tower over here in the most northern part. And then of course there's really nothing else right here, but I'm going to try and go back just a little bit if I can and see if I missed anything before I move on. And nobody missed anything here. But now I'm going to continue on slowly. Yeah, I didn't miss anything here, because you can see there's a Stonehenge looking thing that I pointed out right here. And then the resurrection tower up here at the top. I'm going to let it go on just a little bit. Okay, as you can see here, that looks like a snow wolf, or a snow fox or something right here. It could be one of Link's companions. You never know later on, because Nintendo said that Link might have a lot. That Link could have a lot of companions in this game. Okay, now up here, that looks like a tree with snow on it. Just like over here, those look like trees too. Same thing over here. That might be a cave right there, or a place to blow up. And over here, I don't know if that's a tree or a resurrection tower, but it looks like it could be something useful, or it might be just part of the mountain. We'll see. The more we get into this game, we'll be able to see what all this stuff is. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that's a snow wolf. Okay, here I need to back up just a little bit to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I didn't. Okay, now here, the only thing you really see right here, the little dot right there, looks like a possible shrine. A possible shrine there. Might be a statue or a tree, I don't know. Okay. Moving on, you can see here, the rest of this just looks like a bunch of trees. Okay, moving on. Okay, here. Let me back up just a little bit. Okay, as you can see here, you got your Koroks, or Koroks, or whatever you want to call them. You got 1, 2, 3. As you can see here, as it gets closer to them, one of them disappears to where you can't see it. But you still got, and then there's the fourth one right there. Okay, next, moving on. As you see here, this might be the Great Deku Tree for the Breath of the Wild. As you can see here is the Master Sword. You can't really tell that it's damaged, but it is. The only reason you can't tell is because of this fog surrounding it. And then, of course, you can see the Koroks or Koroks or whatever you want to call them. There's 1, 2, you can see 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see 6 of them here. And I'm making sure I'm not missing one because I know there's 7. I know there should be 7 here probably. Okay, now here you get a closer look at the Master Sword. You can barely tell that you can tell that it's rusted here, but just barely. But with the light shining down on it right here and the way it's reflecting right here, is possibly might be a reference to Fi or Fee or whatever you want to call her. And hang on a second while I give me a drink of water. Okay, moving on now. Sorry about that, my mouth's getting dry. Oh yeah, as you can see here, you can see 1, 2 of the flowers that might be used during this game that might be used for spices or whatever. Now you can see the wind's blowing the grass and leaves and stuff. Anyway, moving on. Now you can see here, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wild horses. Link standing on some kind of a hill. And right there looks like 2 more wild horses maybe. Okay, and as you can see here, Link's looking off in the distance, but you can't tell what he's looking at yet until I unpause it and then pause it again. Okay, as you can see here, yeah, those are 2 more wild horses over there. But over here you can see one resurrection tower. And what looks like maybe a tree for the possible seasons right there. And as you can see here, a green bush or green tree or whatever. And over here you got what might be another resurrection tower on the far left. And then you got that. Then you got that flying tower. You got that flying thing right there. That Falco character flew up to in one of the earlier trailers. And then over here you can see Hyrule Castle with the pillars surrounding it for Ganon's evil. For Ganon's evil looking smoke and stuff. And let's see here, moving on. Let's see here. That right there might be another resurrection tower too. So that might be 3 resurrection towers all within each other, close to within each other there. And let's see here, moving on. It's just Link getting better view. Sorry about that, let me go back. Okay. Yeah, as you can tell there, they're just showing a better view of what looks like a resurrection tower there, or possibly a resurrection tower. But you know, this over here on far left, closer to Link, is a resurrection tower. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything real quick though. And nope, I didn't miss anything now. Starting off on this next part here, I'm going to let this go because there ain't nothing really much here except for grass and giant rocks and this possible mountain right here. So there's nothing much to talk about here. As you can see, Link's climbing up a mountain here. Let's see if we can see anything we might be missing here. Let's see here. Looks like a lake right there. I don't know though. Surrounded by a bunch of trees. Let's see here. I don't know if that's a resurrection tower there at the top right there or not. Yeah, up there in the far distance, that might be a resurrection tower. Anyway, moving on slowly. Okay, as you can see here, this looks like a long bridge that Link is trying to run up. And it looks like you could fall off and die if you're not careful too, because there ain't nothing to hang on to, as you can see on both ends here. And of course you got another tree here. And then over here you got your another view. And then more mountains right here. I'm gonna let it go on and see if we see any shrines or anything here now. Carefully though. Okay, now as you can see here, there's looks like two possible ways to go, because there might be a Game Over Jesse and HMK and Zelda and all them might have pointed out once before. Over here it might look like there might be a city over here somewhere, but who knows? And then over here on the far left might be a possible way for him to climb, might be a possible road for him to walk down or whatever. But we'll see. If there is a city over here, then that's definitely a callback and reference to Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, which I will play sometime down the road. Anyway, moving on carefully and slowly, but before I move on, as you can see here, that looks like ocean or stream or lake or whatever right here. But it could just be an illusion by the clouds and stuff too, you never know. Anyway, moving on slowly. And then there might be a tree or something right there. That might be something useful, I don't know. Anyway, moving on carefully again. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Now, moving on. Okay, here, if you remember playing Ocarina of Time, you can see these flags right here look like the remnants of Gerudo flags, like in Ocarina of Time when you were going through the Gerudo Desert. Going through to the Gerudo Desert, I should say. After going through Gerudo Fortress and stuff. And then I don't see anything else left in this part of the footage. I'm going to move on carefully though, slowly. And yet, there wasn't anything else in that previous picture, and that previous shot now. Over here, on the left, that looks like some boxes right there, and I don't know if Game Jesse or anybody else like that pointed out that, as you can see here, that looks like a Gerudo flag. You can see that's a Gerudo flag right there, because you can tell those are two eyes right there. And then over here, it looks like there's somebody with long hair standing right there. I know they've pointed that out before. And then some kind of structure right there in the middle, right? And then over here, you got some kind of structure right here in the far right.
The history of the room.
And let me go back just a little bit. Okay, here we go. Yeah, as you can tell here, that's some kind of ruins or some kind of building that was ruined. And that I think might be it for this part of the clip. Anyway, moving on.
The royal family.
Yeah, as you can tell here, that's this is some kind of ruins or some kind of ruined building or something. But anyway, moving on to the next part of the footage. As you can see here, you got the bigger guy statue here, which we've seen before, and then you got a smaller one here, but we've seen before because there's five or six of them surrounding the bigger one here.
Family of Hyrule.
Okay, now here you can tell looks like a broken down guardian right here. And then over here on the far right, on the far left, I should say, you got what looks like a guardian that could be activated at any time if Link gets anywhere near close to it. And then of course you got your trees and dying leaves here. It looks like to remind us of possible changing seasons here all around us.
Is also the history of the Calamity Ganon.
Okay, now here is what I was talking about before, when we were starting off, where this right here looks like it could be part of Zoro's domain. Looks like it might be entrance to Zoro's domain. Which means Link might get some kind of way to swim inside in the water. He might get like Zoro's slippers, or he could get the iron boots or something. And some kind of way to swim underwater too, we'll see. Hell, but over here it looks like there might be another entrance to something right here too. And then some kind of what might be, I don't know, a bush, a tree, maybe a boat, I don't know what, cause there's fog. And okay, anyway, moving on. Okay, now here you can't really see much except for grass and mountains on this side, so looking over to the far left, it looks like there might be a bokoblin camper somewhere right over through here somewhere, because we've seen one over in earlier Breath of the Wild footage a long time ago. And then it looks like possible places for Link to climb up and not fall off too. One right here, but then that could be just the illusion of the could be the illusions of fog and trees and stuff, or fog and clouds and stuff like that too. And then of course you see some snow right here too. Okay, anyway, next I'm going to carefully move on and see if there's anything else within this part of the footage right here. Slowly, of course. Let's see here. Because the only thing over here is this looks like a shadow of the cloud from the clouds in the sky, because it can do that in real life too. So let's see here.
that has endured over the ages.
Yeah, let me go back just a little bit. And as you can see here, there's just trees right here, and then the possible Goblin camp right in through here somewhere. And then there looks like there might be some vulnerable place right in through here somewhere. Then there might be something there at the top, at the very top too, who knows. Anyway, moving on.
Over the ages.
Yeah, you see that's just trees. Okay, now over here, there ain't really nothing new because we've seen this Resurrection Tower before. And then of course you got your shrine right here for where you find the one of your first Zika characters here. And then you got your Triforce looking bird statue over here. And over here you got your view of Ganon's purple smoke here. And then some kind of enemy guardian character here. And then of course possible way to get to the Goron village too, who knows. And then you got your another possible resurrection tower over here that I might have pointed out once before. And there ain't really much else you can see in this footage except for a bunch of trees and stuff that's already been pointed out once before, that I've pointed out too. Other than a possible dirty lake or lake right there. Anyway, moving on. And over here you got your green birds, which is sort of could be a Minish Cap reference here that Game Over Jesse and I'm sure a few others have probably pointed out once before too. And then you got your Twin Peaks right here too. And then possibly something over here on the far right. And I guess that's it for this part of the footage. Now you see here you got your squirrel, which we've seen before, and there ain't nothing pretty much else in this part of the footage. And then you got your resurrection tower coming up here. And of course we've seen Hyrule Castle up close here. With that possible light right there being Zelda trying to hold Ganon in place, Calamity Ganon in place there. And then of course you got your purple smoke right here, which ain't nothing new. We've seen before. And then you got possible 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 6 Zika towers holding Ganon in place too. And then of course we've seen, as you can see here, the Calamity Ganon in his smoke. And then of course you got Zelda there trying to hold him in place possibly. And then you got Link looking out right here, which we've all seen before. Anyway, moving on. Carefully, of course. Okay, now here you got your possible more evil-looking bokoblin or moblin or some kind of lizards here, or some kind of lizalthos or whatever you might want to call them too. And then of course you got your moblin or bokoblin right here too. And then more of what I've already pointed out, and more evil-looking fog too. Anyway, moving on. Carefully, of course. Oh, sorry about that. My thing, I had the sound on my phone a little bit. See if that's better. Anyway, moving on here in just a second. Okay, anyway, moving on. Sorry about that. Okay, let me go back just a little bit. Okay, as you can see here, Link is possibly fighting a guardian here, trying to run away from one. And then, of course, you can see some kind of structure over here on the far left. Okay, anyway, moving on now. Yeah, that's some kind of structure right there, as you can see. And then, of course, he's running away from the guardian here, so you don't die. Okay, and over here, then you got another, what looks to be a more advanced version of Steptalis that we've seen before. Anyway, I'm going to possibly turn the sound down on the speed a little bit too. See if that'll make any possible echoes better too. Okay, anyway. Okay, anyway, moving on now. See if there's anything else in this footage carefully. Nope, it's just another more advanced version of the Steptalis, is what it looks like. Okay, then here, this might have been pointed out once before, but you got what looks like a walrus type character right here that Link might be trying to fight off. And then that right there looks like another one. Another kind of enemy right there too, but we'll see. But as you can see here, this looks like some kind of walrus character here. Okay, anyway, moving on. as you can see here, Link's holding on to this walrus top character with what looks like might be a hook shot, claw shot, or something like that. Yeah, it looks like he might be holding on to it somehow. That might be part of the walrus type characters back or something too. It might not even be a hook shot or claw shot or anything like that. Anyway, carefully, I'm going to try and move on. And of course, we've seen Link trying to use ice pillars before, but now, as you can see here, he's got some kind of armor on, which looks like it might be kind of hot and might make him sweat or something, but also looks like he might be in close to Death Mountain or whatever too, with some kind of Zelda or whatever this character is called here. As you can see, he's walking into it, and then we've seen this character right here before. Looks like a giant version of Bokoblin or whatever too. Looks like you might have to shoot his eye out. Might have to shoot his eye right here at the top too, for him to get knocked down, and then maybe blast his eye, and then maybe hit his eye with a sword or whatever, or arrows or whatever or something. Anyway, moving on. Let me go back just a little bit, make sure I didn't miss anything too. Nope, I didn't. Other than that necklace right there, it looks like it might be something that he can. Might be something that he can use once he beats that character right there too. Anyway, moving on now. And as you can see here, it looks like Link is fighting some kind of Sheikah warrior, trying to maybe prove his worth to the Sheikah and to maybe get some kind of new item or something. Maybe possibly on his way to get the Master Sword or something. Then you got your what looks like lights or whatever here. I don't know what they might be. And then you got another one over here. Oh yeah, and then of course if you play Majora's Mask, who remembers this sword right here looks like it might be part of the Fierce Deity sword. This might be the Fierce Deity sword too, who knows. Anyway, moving on to a little bit of the battle. Yeah, and as you can see there, Link was using his shield. Ain't nothing in particular there except for him blocking it right there with some kind of, and then it giving off some kind of light right here. Nothing else much to talk about there. And then of course we know Link using one of his runes right here to pick up the boulder to destroy characters and stuff with too, and to destroy like moblins or bokoblins or whatever you want to call them. And now here, looks like Link can what looks like might be shooting a fire arrow at fire barrels right here too, or blast barrels here is what I'm going to call them, to blow up everything in sight. And then you got what looks like a advanced version of one of those Zeldas or whatever you might want to call them, or whatever Nintendo calls them in this game. As you can see here, it's getting ready to blow them all up. And then Link's getting ready to go down too. And then, let me go back just a little bit, make sure I didn't miss anything in that previous. And nope, I'm not missing anything here. And then here, it looks like you're getting ready to open up either another Sheikah Tower or Sheikah Shrine, where it might be where it has to do with water, or you might have to control water somehow to get to the next Sheikah or something. Because you can see water right here. And then, because it looks like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 12 pipes going down. Maybe 16, who knows, depending on how big it is when you walk around it. We'll see later. Anyway, moving on. And as you can see here, Link is not holding his... You can see Link is getting ready to open up what looks like the next Sheikah Shrine. With the Sheikah slate here. And as you can see, you don't have to put the entire Sheikah slate on there either for it to open up, as you can see here. And then let me go back just a little bit here. And as you can see, there's the Calamity Ganon in what looks like his smoke form. You might have to, like people have pointed out before, you might have to use a lot of the game to come back to his human form or his beast form or whatever too. And then you got one of the Sheikah Towers that's trying to hold him in place right here too. Anyway, moving on. As you can see there, as you can see here, it's more of Hyrule Castle. And as you can see here, just Ganon, more smoke, Calamity Ganon, more smoke here too. And as you can see here, he's getting ready to blow up what could be Hyrule Castle Town too, but anyway, here's more more Ganon in smoke form too. Getting ready to say, here's my wrath, I'm mad at you, blah blah blah. And then here you see Link getting ready to jump off getting ready to jump off a high ledge here. And then you can see over here where he's already opened up the Resurrection Tower right there. And I don't see anything else in this part of the footage, so hang on just a second. Let's see here. Anyway, moving on now. I don't see anything else here. Just trees and possibly a lake right there. Yeah, as you can see, he's getting ready to glide down now. Okay, now here, this has been pointed out before too, but anyway, this right here looks like it could be the village elder or the village's main person's house here, or could be a laboratory too, who knows. And then over here you got your windmills. Or that could be the village leader's house too, though who knows. Then over here you got somebody else's house right here, and then there's like 1, 2. And then of course you got a villager or two out here or so too. And then this right here could be the witch's house or whatever. Because you can see there's like red potion and blue potion, green potion, and might be a yellow or white or some kind of fourth potion right there. And then you got your flag representing whatever the name of this town is. Who knows, could be like Lake Hylia or more advanced version of Kakariko Village, who knows. Anyway, moving on. Now here, this looks like a more advanced version of the Gerudo Fortress or whatever, Gerudo Valley, whatever. And then, as you can also see, there's a few Gerudo people here. There's like 1, 2, 3, I see 4. Let's see here. And then also up here, I'm not going to forget this, you can see water coming down from up here, which means there might be some kind of pipe for the water to go back up or whatever too. And then some kind of tree over here, and then over here to the far right, you got what looks like boxes. One here, 1, 2, 3 there, 4 there, which would make 8. And then you got your possible trees right here, and then might be cave or something over here, might even be a shrine over here somewhere too. Anyway, moving on carefully. Okay, here there might be a bombable place right there. And then over here, this looks like more. And then there might be another bombable place right there too, who knows. Looks like more of Death Mountain up here possibly. And a bunch of dead trees too, so. Anyway, moving on. We've seen this footage before, but there's the Guardian Moon, and as you can see, this used to be what looks like to be Hyrule Castle Town, or remnants of what's left of it anyway. Anyway, and also then there's what looks to be purple fog there too, or purple smoke. Anyway, moving on. Okay, anyway, you can see Link is on his raft here, so he looks like he might be headed over to the northernmost part of that mountain somewhere, maybe. Or the easternmost part of it here, because there might be a cave or something right there, or something that he can get right into here somewhere, maybe.
That look on your face.
Okay, anyway, let me go back just a little bit. Yeah, there ain't nothing else here. Anyway, moving on. Okay, now here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Koroks or Koruks or whatever.
That look on your face tells me that you have no recollection of me.
Okay, anyway, I don't see anything else new here. And as you can see, there's the Master Sword. You can't really tell if it's... Actually, if you look closely down here at the bottom where I'm pointing, you can barely tell where it's rusted and broken apart a little bit. Anyway, moving on.
Base tells me that you have no...
As you can see here, this looks like a Guardian, and I don't really see, oh yeah, and then there might be something in right there.
recollection of me.
And then more of these flowers that might be useful for something too, and I'm pretty sure that's the King of Hyrule talking, or some say it's the Great Deku Tree.
However, I think you are now ready to hear.
Yeah, there ain't nothing. Let's see here. Yeah, there ain't nothing else here because there's one Resurrection Tower here. There's one there. And of course, we've seen Twin Peaks before.
Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Okay, now here is another, what looks like a more advanced version of a Guardian. Looks like you might have to take it out underneath or climb up on top of it somehow to beat up on it. As you can see here, the lava's not really going to hurt this Guardian either because he's got little firearms here and one over here and more in the back. Let's see here. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, as you can see, there's the other one. So it looks like lava and fire is not going to be able to affect it. Oh yeah, as you can see there's the moon. As you can see here, Link is either, as you can see here, Link is blushing. Then as you can see here, Zelda's wearing her Hylia garb right here. Anyway, moving on. And then here looks like one of the shrines that we've seen before, but more updated. As you can see here, it looks like Link might have to start the shrine by turning some kind of switch or something on too, because of that green thing right there. Anyway, moving on. As you can see here, it looks like Zelda's washing herself off or praying or something too, because she's in water. And also, as said once before by Game Over Jesse and everybody else that might have pointed this out too, it looks like she's kind of purifying herself here a little bit too. And looks like there's another one of those flowers over here to the far left too. So anyway, moving on. Okay, now here it looks like Link is running away from something, and I don't see anything else here, but carefully moving on. Okay, here, another one of the things that some people have been pointing out here is that this looks like it could be from Shadow of Colossus or something too, as big as this enemy is. And something they didn't point out is that you might have to fight off his legs or his arms or whatever you want to call them here too. Anyway, that also, this enemy or villain or whatever might be using that right there to be able to step in some kind of sand or, yeah, that sand might be able to step in some kind of sand without sinking or something too. And then here you got Link looking back at Zelda, and looks like they're kind of maybe talking. And then you've got what looks like Sheikah stones or whatever too, just like in looks like a more advanced version of them come from what they were in Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker and stuff like that. Anyway, moving on a little few moving on. As you can see here, just the Sheikah shrine coming up from the ground, so nothing new there. Okay, now here, as you can see here, Zelda's arm is kind of muddy, and also where I didn't mention this before, these look like they're kind of Link and Zelda's memories from the past. Because as you can see here, Link is still using his left hand good. And it looks like Zelda's all muddy here too, which was pointed out by Game Over Jesse and a few others maybe too, because you can see the mud on her hand right here too. Anyway, moving on carefully. As you can see here, her hand is slipping from his and her hands are slipping because of all the rain and mud there, rain and mud too. And it looks like him and Zelda is running away from what maybe Calamity Ganon or some kind of other enemy, who knows. Now here you see Zelda in her Hylian champion garb like Link has on. You can see here, you can tell she's sad. Looks like as you can tell, she's got more emotion in this game than she's ever had. Anyway, moving on. As you can tell, her face here, you can tell she's sad. Okay, now here, look, you can tell where it looks like Nintendo didn't want to keep Hyrule Castle Town intact for Breath of the Wild, but you can see there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 6 Guardians walking around here, blowing up Hyrule Castle Town. And there ain't much else you can see here.
Everything I've done.
And then here you got Zelda speaking.
Until now.
And then you got Link looking at Zelda here. Anyway, moving on a little. Oh yeah, you can see that this is when you had the Master Sword too. And I don't see anything else of importance here, so moving on.
It was all for nothing.
As you can see here, Zelda looks like she's sad yet also mad that she has to do something here. Yeah, as you can see, she looks like she's mad because she's known that she'll have to either put Slink in the Resurrection Shrine or in the Resurrection Chamber or something too, which is also pointed out. Anyway, moving on. Okay, as you can see here, you got what looks like a Goron character here, which is helping Link. You got, of course, a Gerudo, and this character right here might be a Zora, as you can tell. Looks like they're going to some kind of tower too. Carefully moving on. Yeah, I don't see anything else this footage, so I'm gonna go on now. Yeah, you can see here Zelda, you can tell Zelda's sad because she knows that she has to put Link in the Resurrection Shrine. In the Resurrection Chamber, I should say. The Chamber of Resurrection, anyway. As you can see here, Link on horseback fighting a bokoblin here. And then here you got some kind of... Let me go back just a little bit. You got Link fighting some kind of Skeleto or Skeletalfo or Skeleto or something like that too. That he has to put in, that he has to use ice for. And then here, hang on, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. And nope, I didn't, because as you can see here, there's lava coming down the canyon, coming down the volcano and stuff. But I don't think I'm missing anything. If I am, you can always tell me later. Anyway, here we go. As you can see here, this is either a Ghost Goron or a live Goron or something, but the way the blue fire is going around him looks like it might be Durrani or something like that from Ocarina of Time, but we'll see. Or Daruni or whatever, we'll see. Okay, anyway, here you got what looks like another possible shrine down here somewhere. And then that also looks like some kind of mummy temple or whatever. Or a pyramid or whatever too, so anyway, moving on. Hey, let me go back one more second too. As you can see here, he's looks like he's flying, looks like he's gliding down to it too. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, you can see he's gliding down to it. Looks like he's going to land either right here or just short of it. Okay, and then here, you got your Great Fairy, or as you can see, what might be the Queen, Fairy Queen or whatever, because she's got a crown right here. And then some kind of royal necklace right here too. And what might be royal beads around her or something too. And then she's got what looks to be royal bracelets on both arms too. And it looks like she's coming out of the water too, as you can see here, because it looks like it's splashing. Let's see here. Anyway, moving on. I don't think I missed anything here. Of course, if I did, you can always let me know in comments or something like that. Anyway, moving on. Oh yeah, and also notice what looks like some kind of bigger bead or something right there too. I don't know or seed or something, I don't know. This fairy also might give you either an upgrade to your stamina meter, maybe some kind of power up, I don't know, but even Game Over Jesse and a lot of them have pointed this out too. Anyway, now moving on. Now you see here Link riding on his horse. As you see here, he's riding on his horse and stepping in water here. Looks like there might be a shrine or something over here, because you can see palm trees or whatever too. Anyway, I don't see much else in this particular photo, in this particular part. Anyway, moving on. And as you can see here, mirror that Grudo that we talked to before, that we've seen before in the previous footage. We saw the back of her, but this right here looks like the front of her. Or you can see here, this is the front of her probably. And she's got some kind of, well, it looks to be a royal dress on or something right here for a royal dress or something, whatever. Anyway, moving on. And then here you got what looks like a Zoro warrior. Looks like he's holding some kind of sword or something too. Looks like it might be in Zoro's domain too, we'll see. More footage of that other shrine that we saw in this previous footage. Anyway, going back just a little bit. And as you see here is what other people might have pointed out as Rutella, might be a younger version of Rutella, might be the Zoro Prince's offspring, who knows. Depending upon when this game takes place, might either take place before or after Twilight Princess, who knows. As you can see, he's talking to her, and the only other thing I see here is this light thing over here on the far right, on the bottom right here. But other than that, I don't see anything of importance. Nope, I don't see anything else of importance. And of course, we've seen Falco before. Here's that Zoro warrior again. He's shaking Link's hand. And over here it looks like it might be showing you that you're inside Zoro's domain or something too, which I don't think was pointed out before. And then there might be a Zoro character or something right here too. I don't know what this is. Oh, let's see here. Anyway, moving on. Let me make sure that wasn't a character. Hang on. Yeah, there ain't nothing else there. Anyway, here you can see Zelda using her Hylian powers or whatever, trying to hold what looks like to be the Calamity Ganon off so Link can escape or whatever. Yeah, because what looks like to be maybe that Calamity Ganon in his true form, who knows. Yeah, as you can see here, she's using her Hylian powers here. As you can see, she's got her Hylian dress. As you can see here, she's got her Hylian dress on here too. Hang on just a second. Yeah, as y'all barely saw there, that she was trying to help Link get away. As you can see here, she's sad. Actually, more like sad and probably embarrassed. But you can see she's got her Hylian necklace on here too. As you see here, it's just her standing right there.
Save her, my daughter.
And then while there was talking there, you can see that was the king of Hyrule saying that you must save his daughter. So like I've said before on forums and stuff like that, message boards, that I'm pretty sure the old man is the king of Hyrule disguised so that Calamity Ganon won't try and beat him up. Now you see here, Link bowing down. Looks like he's bowing down, or he's hurt or something. Oh yeah, you can tell he's hurt right here, cause see his left arm right there. Looks like his left arm is broken. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, as you can see, it looks like his left hand is broken. Which is how Nintendo might explain why he's using his right hand for the sword. As you can see his face right here, it looks like he's hurting right here too, if you see his face. And also you can see Master Sword's pretty beat up and rusted right here too. As you can see Zelda's behind him right here too. As you can see right here, you can tell Zelda's in her Hylian garb here too. And you can see she's got her Triforce bracelet on right here too. And what looks like a Triforce belt down here too. Or some kind of Triforce robe piece or whatever, who knows. But as you can tell here, you can tell Zelda looks like she's sad because she has to put Link in the resurrection chamber.
Open your eyes.
And as you see here, this is where Link is opening his eyes, as we've all seen before. And then, of course, it's coming out March 3rd, 2017. And as you can see here, for those that are wondering whether it's still coming out for the Nintendo Wii U or not, as you can see here, it is, because it says Switch/Wii U, which means still coming out for both. And then, of course, the Nintendo logo. And, well, that's pretty much into this part now. Okay, next, I want to show off the accessories and their prices. And I'm going to talk about the accessories and their prices now, too. Okay, I'm going to go to the where to buy at now on here to look at all the accessories. Okay, first off, you can see here you can see the Nintendo Switch box art. Of course, the Nintendo Switch and its grip, its controller, its Joy-Cons and Joy-Con grip. And then you got your Nintendo Switch and Joy-Cons in handheld mode. And then you got it in tablet mode right here, with the Joy-Cons separated. And I've spoken on the Nintendo Switch price once before, but I am going to say that $300 for the Nintendo Switch ain't necessarily that bad for what they're offering. I'd say it's much better than offering $350 like they did for the Wii U. Because for what the Nintendo Wii U offered, it didn't offer as much as the Nintendo Switch is offering, so we're technically getting a good deal here. And then, of course, you have your neon blue, neon red Joy-Con version right here of the same thing. And of course, it's the same price. Okay, now onto the Pro Controller. The Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Take your gaming sessions up a notch with the Pro Controller. Includes motion controls, HD rumble, built-in amiibo functionality, and more. Think about the price for this. It might be a little too expensive, but for what it's offering, I could kind of agree with the $70 price here for that. But now here's where I get into the gripes down here with the Joy-Cons when you get them separately and compared to when you get them together. If you're getting them for $79.99, almost $80 here together, that's okay. But when you get them separately here, it should be at least, I feel it should be at least no more than $10, $20 the most for a single Joy-Con. Maybe no more than $40 at the most. And then the Joy-Con charging grip, there ain't no way that should be $29.99. I feel that should be maybe $9.99 or $10.99 at the most. No more than $10, $20 for the most. Now the Nintendo Switch dock set, when you get the set like this, it is kind of okay, but if you're getting the Nintendo Switch dock by itself, I don't think it should be, $90. And then, last but not least, the Joy-Con wheel, the 2 set. I don't have any gripes with this price. So, that's pretty much what I gotta say for the Joy-Con wheels, because other than knowing that'd be kind of easy to use and good. But I wish they'd bring the price down just a little bit on the Nintendo Switch dock set to maybe $60, $70 at the most, maybe 80 at the highest. But I'm going to look to see if there's any update on the online services too. Let's see here, special deals and offers. Let's see here. Subscribers get the online gameplay, online lobby, and voice chat app, monthly game download, and exclusive deals. I'd say that's kind of okay, but as long as the price ain't too high, and as long as they give you a yearly deal, I might pay a fee for that. But it is kind of nice that the non-subscribers and the subscribers get access to the eShop and register and manage friends and share screenshots of social media and access to the Nintendo Switch Personal Controls app without having to subscribe to it. But other than that, I think that'll pretty much do it for the end of this session overall. I'm pretty excited to be able to get the Nintendo Switch, and I'll probably be getting it either close to or around my birthday this year, so I can get me a few games in a Pro Controller, because those Joy-Cons do feel kind of small to my hands. Anyway, I'm going to say that's pretty much it for this, and I'm going to say thanks for joining me for those who did, and see you next time when I play Breath of the Wild live, or during Nintendo's next Nintendo Direct presentation. But after this, I'm going to be going back to finishing my Quest 64 playthrough and finish uploading it. So for now, have a good time and get ready to see a goodbye introduction here too. Okay, now here, hang on just a second. Also, while I'm doing this, I'm going to be saying that the next game that we'll be playing will probably be either Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or I might redo Super Mario Sunshine, or might get into Super Mario 64 yet. We'll see. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I am going to be saying that and I'm going to be a while before I play my next Zelda game. Anyway, goodbye and thanks for watching too. I'm going to say, if you like my channel and everything like that too, please subscribe, and I will say thanks for joining me too. Anyway, bye.